Welcome back to another episode of Projecting Grandeur. I'm your host, Ron Dichter. Hope everybody out there is doing well and finding value in these episodes that I'm putting out. For those of you that have liked and commented, even those of you that have commented with some snarky comments, I still appreciate those. Let's keep it real here, folks. And anyone out there that has shared it, thank you. It is very much appreciated. Can't grow this without spreading the word. So again, hope everyone is finding some value in this. Today I want to talk about failure. And more importantly, I want to talk about failure, if looked at in the right light, is nothing more than growth in disguise. And let me explain what I mean by that. So we are all going to fail. If you think you are not going to fail, well, that is just going to disappoint you, because failure is part of growth and failure is part of life. Once you can appreciate that and embrace that, you can start looking at failure in the right frame of mind. So the reason you fail is because you tried something. So applaud yourself for actually trying something, because you can't fail if you don't try. And when you tried something, you probably had a belief of what the outcome would be on whatever it is that you were trying. And this can obviously apply in all walks of life and definitely in business. But when you try something, ultimately what you're doing is you're hoping for an outcome that's likely going to be an improvement or betterment to whatever you're doing, whether it becomes a marketing strategy, a sales strategy, a meeting concept, anything. When you try something, the goal is to grow from it. And inevitably, not everything you try is going to succeed. And so when you try something and you fail, you have to look at that as like, okay, I tried. I had a hypothesis of what I thought was going to happen. I was wrong. And now I can either curl up in the fetal position and cry about it and be like, oh, I guess everything I try isn't going to succeed. Or you can actually change that and say, what can I learn from this failure? What can I glean from the different things that I tried here to ultimately have an outcome of failure that maybe if I tweak, I can actually have success? And I think if you start thinking about failure as nothing more than growth in disguise and starting to unpack the failure to figure out the why behind it, it allows you to use that failure to help propel yourself forward. And that is really an important insight in life and in business, is that failure is going to happen. What you do with that failure is going to determine whether that failure is truly a fail or whether that failure is nothing more than growth that's ultimately helping you to get one step closer to succeeding. And so I encourage everybody, as you think about failure, to just look at it in the right perspective. The other thing that I think is important about this is that when you do have a failure, you need to start to dissect and unpack the why. I mean, think about sports. Any sports team spends a ton of time looking at game film. And when they're looking at the film, they're not only trying to see what went right, they're trying to see what went wrong. They're trying to learn from the failures why a play or why something didn't work that didn't allow either a play to succeed or maybe the opposing team, had success against you. Understanding where the fail points are is how you grow and become better, and you start to create changes in plays and changes in strategies so that your team or you individually can become better. I mean, back when I was, in my youth, I was a competitive ski racer, and we used to watch film all the time. Even on, good runs and bad runs, we would go down and figure out, okay, why did we miss that gate? Why were we late for that turn? Why were we slow? We start looking at the film of that ski run, and it allows us to really understand, where we had failures so that we can improve upon those failures. And so as you think about business and you think about those failures, you just have to put it in the right perspective. And remember, failure is nothing more than growth in disguise. What you do with this failure is ultimately going to dictate how success will come in the future or how continued failure is going to come in the future. So don't get so upset. Don't beat yourself up over it. Everyone fails. Everyone tries things and doesn't have success every time. You just need to remember to applaud yourself because you actually tried. You actually put something out there to try to become better, and maybe it failed, but that failure can lead you to one step closer to growth. So go out there, celebrate failures the right way by learning from them and using those strategies to become better. Thanks again. I hope you find this helpful. My name's Ron Dichter. This is Projecting Grandeur. Don't forget, sharing is caring, so please share this. We'd love to get the message out there. Have a great day, everyone.